Hello. This video is going to show you how to share resources and documents with your CIR team. The CIR team will access all of their resources through the resource document. The resource document has some highlighted links and it has some not highlighted links. If the link is highlighted, that means it is a document that is shared with them, either as a form, which means they fill it out and it creates a chart, and they would fill it out again and again and again. That is for observations, self-evaluations, and collecting data. If it's a doc, it will be a Word document that's online called a Google Doc. And that's just something that everybody types into at the same time or on their own, but it's one document. The non-highlighted are Word documents that don't change, that are located in a separate folder that you are not accessing. So if you want to, they're not things that need to be shared with anybody. So they're updated, and as they're updated, these links are updated. When I say they don't need to be shared with anybody, I mean nobody else needs to edit them. But they're linked here so that anybody can see it. So, for example, the overview of the CIR is the overview of the CIR, and it's just information that somebody would want to read. It's not something that anybody needs to edit. However, the observation form needs to be made new every time. So that is going to be different. So the question is, how do I, as the CIR lead, share the Google Doc with the other people so we can all do interviews? Now, we made a slight change at the end of February of how we set up the folders. So I'm going to show you both the old way. Notice this is the older way, and this is in March. So if you're watching this before this, then for March 25th, you probably are going to use the older. But we changed it so that starting in April, the new way and easier will be what you will want to look at. And I'm going to show you both now. So here's your folder that's been shared with you. You'll go to During the Visit and find the Google Docs, which are blue with 3 lines. Right-click, Get Shareable Link, and Sharing Settings, and change it to Anyone Can Edit. So you're going to go to each one of those and change to Anyone Can Edit. And that way, everybody can type right into it. Now, let's say you've done your observations. It's 2 o'clock. And you want everyone to be able to see the results on their computer. Or you want 1 or 2 people to be able to see the results on their computer. You can do that by going to the observation form or any of these forms, right-clicking on it, go to Share, and adding them to the form. When you add them to the form, they will get an email. That email will take them to the editable version of the form, which they can then use to see the results. So I clicked on my email, I click on Open in Forms, and now they can click on Responses and see the responses. In another video later in the course, I show you again how to access responses to the surveys. So you can always go back to that video and those instructions. It's important that you do that later in the day, because if you give them access early, there's a chance that they'll get this version and they'll start clicking in this and they'll start messing this up, and that's a disaster. So you want to wait till later to give them access to the editable version. So if you did set up this in late February, your folder may look like this. In this folder, you will see that, we didn't include subfolders. It's one folder. So in this one folder, you don't need to go to during the visit, after the visit, before the visit. You just go to all of the Google Docs, click on it, and change it to get shareable link, and get shareable link. Sometimes this happens where that thing covers it. It's very frustrating. So if that happens, you just click on it, and you click here, share, and change the sharing settings. To can edit. So if you're unable to do it by right-clicking on it, I was trying to right-click on it, but if you can't right-click on it for some reason, you can just open it and click share. And then the same thing for these, right? With these folders, all you do is right-click one of them, you click share, this will come up, you add their name. Once you add their name, you click done, and then they go to their email to get to the results. And it is helpful, I find, at the end of the day, for everyone to be able to see their results. So I hope you find this helpful in sharing your documents with the team so everybody can edit together.